This is a quick and easy method of producing simple Celtic knot design patterns based on a grid. Anybody can do it. You start off with a grid 2 units by 3 units. We'll use that as our first one, and do your guidelines lightly, because you're the only one that needs to see them, and you want to get rid of them when the design's finished. So the lighter you do them, the easier it is to rub them out. I'm doing them fairly strongly so you can see it, but you don't need to do that. Okay. 2 by 3 grid. Now I'm going to put a circle on each of the intersections, which should be the same size. I'm doing all this freehand, and I recommend, if you're practicing, to do it freehand. Doing it with drawing instruments takes up a lot of time, and you get the hang of it much easier doing freehand. These circles represent the gap in between the weave of the strands. It will become clear in a minute. We also need to do a circle in the center of each of the squares. Okay, that's your grid, which was going to be rubbed out later. Now what you've got to look at is 1, 2, 3, 4 making up a diamond shape. Here's another one, 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 and here's another one. There's 7 of them on this particular grid. So we're looking at the diamond shape, and we make a pair of parallel lines like that, making tangents with the circles. Now don't, under any circumstances, join the centres of the circles. You've got to join like a tangent there. So I'll take the central one just for the sake of it. We make a parallel pair there. Okay, now the next thing to do is to make another parallel pair in an adjacent diamond, either this one, this one, this one, or this one, going the opposite way. So let's do this one. I'm making another parallel pair going the opposite way, making a T-junction. Okay, now make sure that you connect here, because this is the strand, and the strand goes underneath the other strand, so make sure you've got tight connections. So now we take another adjacent square, so it could be this one, this one, this one, or this one, and we do another parallel pair in there, and then another one going the opposite way, making these T-junctions. See, that's a nice little design just in itself, isn't it? And then there, and one here, until we've got all 7 of them completed. Right. Now, so there's the basis of my pattern. Now all we've got to do now is cope with the areas that don't have the 4 circles making a diamond. So we've got the 4 corners and we've got the 2 sides here. So all you have to think of is that this is a strand, okay, solid strand like a ribbon, and it's going to go here. It can't go over the border, so it's going to go round underneath there to become this strand. Does that make sense? So what you've got to do is take this line, bend it round until it looks as though it's going to there. Bring this one round parallel to it, so it looks as though it's going to there. Yeah. Then this one is going round to look as though it's going to there, and this one is going around to look as though it's going to there underneath. Try to keep these parallel all the way around. I've strayed over the edge a little bit there. It doesn't matter. What's important is that it looks parallel. The end justifies the means. If it looks good, it is good. So now all we've got to cope with is the corners. So there's two types of corners. The round ones. You think that this strand, where can it go? So it's got to go underneath there to become that strand. So therefore this inner one goes around the circle and comes to aim back to there. This one comes round outside parallel to go back towards there. Okay, so that's the round one. I'll do another round one here. This will look a bit odd because I'm going to do two different types of corners on it. Alright, so that's the round corners. The ones that I prefer myself is the square one. So the inner one is the same on both of them, like that. Make sure, I know it's a tiny thing, but make sure that goes, looks as though it's going under there. Now the square one, and come down to the line, just take it into the corner. Then this one, imagine it's going underneath there, bring that down to the corner there. It's a bit wide actually, but what the hell. And then this one the same, going around there. So that's how much time have I got? I'm told I'm only supposed to take 5 minutes because people don't have the attention span. So that's a 2x3 unit Celtic knot, very simple one. Now this can be expanded in all sorts of ways, so I'll do that in another tutorial, tutorial number 2.